This is Unlikely Widowed. I'm Daphne, and I am widowed, but I thought that I was the one dying because I had health problems, and then he died in an accident, in a car accident. So, this is my second video, so please bear with me still. It's not fancy yet, but I'm getting videos out and I'm learning. So, today's topic is um, being divorced is not the same as being widowed. Um, First off, I want to start with saying um, I apologize to anybody that I, may have offended in the past. Um, my undergraduate studies, we were taught that being divorced was the same grief wise as being widowed. That is 100% false. And I am divorced and widowed. And trust me, it is completely different. So today's video is just a few things on that. Um, so, first off, divorce is a choice. Being widowed is not a choice. Now, it may not have been your choice, but it was someone's choice in the marriage for it to end. And, um, the other differences is your ex spouse is still alive, but your late spouse isn't. So, there's, I mean, honestly, if the marriage ended in divorce, it's probably not a good idea to get back with them because there was a good reason why it ended. So I say let it go, and both of you will probably be better off for it. Um, as far as a late spouse, I mean, no marriage is perfect, so there could have been issues in it. Um, you know, the late spouse may have done something that could have caused an issue in the marriage. You may have known about it. You may not have known about it. You may have found out afterwards. But regardless, you can't work anything out with them because, so, and the other thing is, too, divorce is, I mean, it's a failed marriage. Being widowed, again, not all of the marriages would have stayed, but there was a chance to work it out if it was going that way. Um, but for the most part, they're going to be the successful marriage, which ends in till death do us part. Someone parted and the marriage has ended. Even, especially at the beginning, you don't feel like that. Um, I mean, I really hated that W word, um, the widowed, because I still felt like a wife, So, of course, the husband's not going to have the W 2, they would have the H, but regardless, the widow or widower W word, um, it's to use another W word, it's the worst, especially at the beginning. Um, because you feel like, I mean, pretty much you still are in every way you feel in your being. Um, even taking care of everything after they've passed with them too. Everything that you're doing. Um, and the other thing is another difference. And then I'll get into a few more, but the other difference too is you're used to, especially, if you're in a good marriage, you're used to being there for each other, having them help you through stuff. And all of a sudden, your person is gone. And when you need someone the most, you don't have them. With divorce, I know for me, I mean, I was much younger, of course, because Matt and I were married for 15 years. So, the other one, we were only married a few years, 3, maybe 4, but it wasn't that long. And I was in my 20s still. But I remember going back to school, to college, with 2 little kids, like little kids. And my main motivation back then was I have to do better than him. I have to show him up, stuff like that. Now, it was just motivating. So now I live more of a, like, especially the early days. And it's been a year and a half now, approximately. Honestly, yeah, it's been almost a year and a half now, or about a year and a half. I don't. When you get further out, you're not gonna know exactly like how many weeks and all that. But that's a good sign because that means you're living your life. So, and that you've gone through enough of the grief that you're still in healthy. You've grieved healthy if you're at that point. So that's a really good thing. And if you're there, you should be proud of yourself for that because it's not easy. And I know that, of course. So, but, so the reason that, what motivates me now is, and especially last year, was I wanted to do better, not in spite of him, not in spite of my ex, but because of my late husband. Because he believed in me, and I promised him right on when I saw him at the funeral home. I said that I promised that I would do good by our daughter. And so that motivates. Also, the love we shared, and just knowing that he believed in me. So that helps too. And also, they're not alive anymore. They can't live their life anymore. So instead of both of us dying on that day, I need to carry on. And later on, when I don't have any grandkids yet, but when I do have grandkids, if I have grandkids, I'm not going to put that pressure on my kids. But when I have grandkids, especially human, although one may just give me the fur babies, but that's okay. But it's my responsibility to make sure that they still know their grandfather. So that's what I will keep doing. So the motivation is different. The other thing, speaking of kids, is that if you're divorced, your children's parents are both still alive. They may not get along. One may wish that the other one wasn't, but you really need to keep that away from your kids if you feel that way. But because they love both their parents. And if one of the parents isn't in the picture, that's on them, possibly not. But there's still a chance for the children, to have a relationship with both parents, at least a chance. So, and with me, I have 3 kids. 2 of them were with my ex-husband, and 1 was with my late husband. So my youngest, she doesn't have her father anymore. Now, my older kids, I mean, throughout the years, he was their stepdad, so they still lost a dad, but they still have a dad as well. Now, so, and again, as things evolve, that can change for the widow or widower. They may have another parent figure in their child's life, but there's a big difference between divorce and being widowed. So please do not, under any circumstances, compare the two in front of especially a new widow or widower. That's just cruel because they're going through so much already and they really don't want to hear that one. If they do, please keep in mind if you're watching this what I'm telling you, because there's a big difference, and it'll be very awkward for you as well. And the other thing is, I have these notes written out, so I try to remember what I'm saying. But yeah, it's just there's a big difference between the two, and I will become more organized as I continue with my videos, and I will have nicer background. I will figure out how to put the words on the screen and all of that. Right now, again, it's just me sitting and talking. But if you're watching this and you are divorced and or widowed, please reply in the comments and let me know if there's other things that I know I didn't touch on a lot of them because there's so many, and I will probably do another video of this in the future with more. So please share your thoughts on that. And please like, subscribe. I think my daughter tells me to hit the bell for notifications. And I am going to try my best to start doing them on Sundays and Wednesdays. So until I post my next one, which I'm really hoping is soon, there's not going to be a few month break like last time. So I will see you next time. Thank you for watching.